I hate OBS. Let me check. My players are probably muted as well.
Am I muted?
Are we muted?
I mean, I mute
Okay.
myself all the time. But...
Testing the testing thing.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our premiere of Sentinels RPG. I'm Simon. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be the game moderator for our campaign, or I should say our comic book series. We'll start by introducing the characters. Just tell us who you are, who you're playing, and like who your character is in like a sentence or two. And I think we'll discover, their looks and everything when the game actually begins. By the way, normally we will have closed captioned beneath, but there was an issue with it tonight, and so we'll fix that and we'll have them ready for next week. So without further ado, let me introduce our new generation of superheroes. We'll begin with the person to my left on the overlay, and we'll go around in clockwise order. So, Pooja, hi, welcome back to the channel.
Hello! I am very excited to be back and to bring to you a brand new concoction character, whatever. Meet Anaya Desai. She's a doctor, and both of our pronouns are she, her. And she is not a shimbo, for those of y'all who know me. It's going to be interesting to play a smart character. I'm very excited.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be back. I am playing Fitzroy. His pronouns are he, him. He is a himbo. But, like, really, he is. And that's promises to be entertaining. He also, I mean... He's a bit of a model, he's a bit of a dancer, he's a bit of a whatever he needs to be when he needs to be it. I think that would sum him up for now pretty well.
Next, we'll go around, so we have another returning face, Hannah.
Hey, I'm Hannah, and for this campaign, I'm going to be playing Archer Ashley. We both use she, her pronouns. And, well... Archer's a little bit of a mess. She's not really sure what she is at the moment, so we'll just figure it out as we go along, I guess. It's going to be an adventure.
And last but certainly not least, we have Anino.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Anino. I use he, him pronouns, and this campaign I am playing Bayani, who is the veteran hero of the group, and I guess the de facto chaperone for problem children.
And also we have a fifth player in the form of all of you at home watching the stream, using a platform called Streamloots. We have a basically a trading card game that works hand in hand with the stream. With it, you can add things to the story. You can help the players, you can help the heroes, and you can also uncover some of their secrets. All of these, so basically the money, it's like a donation system. So basically all the money that is raised that way will go straight to the players. And because this is our premiere, I will post a link in chat, and the first 5 of you, I can't give them to everyone, but the first 5 of you will be able to get a free booster pack using the link that I am providing right now. Have fun. Without further ado, let's delve into our game. Whoops, two songs playing at the same time. We'll open up our first panel with an aerial shot. In the lower, like the bottom right corner, we see the very tiny forms of our 4 Sentinels. They are running across an abandoned construction site. It's a a bridge that was supposed to be built or rebuilt in the city. And the project was halted halfway through. Lack of funds was the official reason. And the reason why you are here tonight is because you have finally cornered a villain that you've been chasing for a time. A mercenary by the name of Manowar. Used to be an American Black Ops specialist, an assassin, and an all-around very nice person. Well, the players remember the event of what happened. And so ever since the event, Manowar was one person that basically came out on top. Built himself a little network of mercenaries, and was very much in the business of stealing anti-hero technology and trying to sell it back on the black market. The 4 of you are running bottom left corner, like I said, but in the top right corner of our aerial shot, we see a few soldiers placing themselves in position behind cover, shouting orders. The floor is yours.
Could you please stop ninja running? As Bioni's running, he's just going to say, Archer, could you please stop Naruto running? That's not a real thing.
Hey, that's not what I'm doing, okay? I'm just trying to get more aerodynamic. Don't, you know.
But Mr. B, it looks cool.
It looks cool.
Okay, but you're making yourself a target.
Well, at least she's a cool target.
They can shoot me if they can catch me.
So those are the bad guys, right?
Thanks.
Nope. Your sound is a little low, Pooja.
Okay. Oh, but keep going, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
F-
All right. This isn't exactly the first or the kind of mission I wanted to take you guys out on your first couple of rounds through. These are some pretty dangerous folks, equipped with gear specifically meant to take folks like us down. So, keep your eyes up and don't stop moving.
Good old
It's
try
ready to
not
take
to die,
point,
that would be good.
No promises.
I'll be fine.
I'm just saying, I have limited supplies.
Yeah, but Doctor, you've always been really great at doing what you do anyway, so I'm not worried.
Listen, I'm just a resident, let's not get too excited. How about we keep your injuries within my realm for healing? How about that? Just simple stuff. Don't like lose a limb.
Hernia, maybe? That could be safe-ish. Sprained ankle.
The sound of bullets wheezing breaks your banter as you finally get within striking distance of these mercenaries. There are 4 of them at the moment. hiding behind crates and just popping their heads out and shooting at you whenever they have a chance. Oh! Then we have our first card.
As Simon needs to recover.
Dies a little. I forgot to add the common dice pool, so let me just add that. But we got an extra d12 to the common dice pool. So what the common dice pool is, it's basically something that the players can use to replace their dice with whatever you decide or you have played, I should say.
Oh.
I knew I had forgotten something. So it's not going to be long. We've got d6. We have d8. And we have d10. Oops. And we have d12. And we have one d12 in the pool.
Woohoo!
So just let me know when you want to use it. And we'll
Hopefully not right away.
remove it. Well, I hope you're not going to necessarily need it right away.
We'll see what happens.
But
They're
yes.
mercenaries. We should be fine. Famous last words.
Well,
I know.
what do y'all do when the firing begins?
Run for cover.
Take cover.
Fitz is totally gonna, if you let me, teleport. If not behind them, right in the middle of them.
Oh.
All right. So Fitz, that would be using one of your abilities. Unless you just want to teleport and like wait behind them, or are you using one of your powers?
No, I mean it would be more of a get into position before doing anything. Yeah.
So yeah, there are like a bunch of these big containers, stacked haphazardly all over the construction site. So you can easily just teleport Puff on top of one and just have like a clear view of the battlefield. As you do so, the smoke clears and we would see our first full page panel of Fitz. What does he look like?
Oh god, I was dreading this. So Fitz is a very handsome, tall, young 20s kind of guy. Very, very fit. Not, how descriptive do you want me to get?
What would people see?
People would see, like, he's got like dark brown hair, short on the sides, kind of a long all the way down the center, like a coif going on, and just like great muscle tone overall, standing very tall, very straight, very, very much in a pose kind of thing when he like comes back into reality.
And with that, Fitz is in place. Before we move on to what the minions do, you all have a move, something that you can do. An action, as it were. Someone?
I mean, I'll get my sword out. Which I kind of summon the sword from whatever realm that I teleport through. So it essentially looks like Fitz kind of thrusting his hand out, his hand kind of disappears into like this smokiness, and will kind of withdraw, like, and you see it come back out holding the hilt of a straight sword as he kind of pulls it into this reality. Do you want me to attack? I will attack if I can attack.
Well, while you
probably start this way.
teleported, I just want to know what everyone else is doing, and then we'll go into like dramatic time.
Okay.
Like
Shut
I
off.
said, oh, sorry, go ahead. Alright.
I'm gonna use precise shot if we're cool to use actions.
So you're setting yourself up for a precise shot. That'll be your your first action when we enter dramatic time.
Okay.
Anaya and Bayani.
Anaya is hiding, taking cover, trying not to get shot because she does not have attacky things. So
All right.
he's going to hide.
So we'll consider that a hinder action when we get to your turn. That will hinder them from, whenever they try to attack you.
Okay.
Oh, and we have a +1 to a random player. So I'll roll a d4. 1, 2, 3, 4, going the same order as we did the intros. So 1 being Anaya, and then 2, 3, 4, Bayani. Anaya, you get a +1 to whatever next check you make.
Yay! Thanks.
And Bayani.
Bayani is going to use flexible stance. This ability allows him to take any 2 basic actions using agility and or self-discipline, each using his min. And the 2 actions he's going to use is defend, and he's going to use boost on Anaya.
All right. So as we enter, it would be good if my book was open.
So the way that I sort of see Bayani using that boost is to give Anaya an instruction, which is, I know you can't attack directly, but you can flush them out of cover using your Quake powers. Be ready to use it when Fitzroy makes his attack.
Sorry, you said
That'll set up Archer for her shots.
what powers?
Your Quake power.
Oh, Quake. Okay, yeah. All right.
Or Geokinesis.
And we got an extra d8.
It's a lot harder to shoot when you don't have steady ground under you. So.
I'll try.
And as we enter dramatic time, players go first, and the minions will go after. So you all set up your action. Any one of you can go first. You can, discuss it amongst yourselves. I know that Bayani already gave instructions to Anaya for something, so you can always, in Sentinels RPG, you can always decide when you want to take your action, in which order, basically.
I would like to do something because it gives everybody else stuff.
Ooh.
I'm still a little scared to use any powers or anything. Anaya's going to look around and she wants to examine the mercenaries
Mm-hmm.
and essentially is overcome a reaction?
Overcome is something, it would be an action.
Okay, so basically this ability she has is called Principle of the Powerless, and it lets my knowledge of the limitations of superpowers in an overcome action and use my max die, and me and each of my allies will get a hero point if I do this.
Ooh.
So that is what I would like to do right at the top, so that,
All right.
I don't know, if folks can use their hero points.
So in powers, so on your character sheet, you have one column for powers. You click on the power that you're using. and then the quality, and then right now all of your statuses are in green. The scene is not progressed any farther. And then if you click on roll action dice at the top, it should roll each die that you've selected.
So first I have to click on what?
So let me just get to your sheet. So you would choose, because your principle of the powerless says to principle. Oh no, wait, my bad. Principle of the powerless should be somewhere here. So it's an overcome action. You use you'll use the highest die as the result.
Okay.
So oh, you have you have to overcome something though.
Okay, so that is a reactionary thing, right?
Yeah. Well, it would be your, like, on your turn if something was to happen to you.
Okay, so can I like hold it or?
You can definitely hold it.
Okay, I'll do that.
So you're basically just waiting for something to happen. All of you, by the way, gain 2 hero points, courtesy of Godless Lawyer.
Yay!
So that already starts well. And no, by the way, we haven't explained everything. We're showing you like bits and pieces of each character as we go along. So we've already had like one physical description. I'll wait for the one for Anaya in a moment when she uses her powers or something happens. So among the players, Archer, Bayani, who wants to go next?
I guess I can go. Bayani is trying to draw their fire towards him.
Okay.
So he's sprinting at their positions, weaving between, obstacles and using parkour to make himself a very difficult target. His body is also outlined in fire, so he's using his fire armor to sort of defend himself.
So that's oh, wow. Another hero point to all of you. By the way, hero points in this game, for all of you who don't know, it's basically experience points. And with it, at the end of each issue, the players can choose to gain something out of it. It could be information, could be a sidekick, could be a whole bunch of stuff. So for all of you who are wondering, yeah, hero points are basically giving them experience points. So Bayani, that power of yours that you're using, it was the mix of the two different.
Sorry. So I guess this is probably an extension of the flexible stance power, which is again taking 2 basic actions. One was that boost to Anaya, and then the other one was to defend himself.
Okay, so we'll start with the boost.
Okay. And so
on your sheet, you would check the little box next to agility. And then in qualities, the box next to self-discipline. And then the box next to your green status die. And then if you click on the button at the top of your sheet, it will roll everything.
5 and 6.
So the lowest one is a 2. So you are using a boost action. So boost action, if you roll a 2, that's a +1 to Anaya. What does this bonus look like?
Well, the way that he would do it is just by basically issuing a suggestion/instruction on how to make best use of her powers without putting herself at risk.
And the moment you turn around to shout these instructions at her, you immediately, get shot at. But your second action was your defend, I believe. So I think that's going to be our second full page panel with Bayani adopting basically a defensive stance.
I don't know how that would be pictured. It's not like there's art of Bayani out there anywhere.
Yeah, well, let's assume no one saw all the Countdown to Inception tweets. What does Bayani look like? And also, what does he look like when he adopts this like defensive position?
Sure. So Bayani, age-wise, is in his 60s, but he still looks like he's in his mid-30s, though he's got sideburns. The sides of his hair is grayish-white. His hair is still black up top. He's currently wearing his older uniform with a red domino mask and a two-tone red uniform that serves as armor. And his powers are fire-based. So right now he's outlined in more of the reddish-orange color. The more power he's channeling, the hotter his fire gets, and the colors will change. But he's got the ability to take his fire and form it into a whatever he pictures, kind of like a Green Lantern. So you'll see that basically a fiery brick wall just whooshes out from the ground in front of him to deflect whatever it is getting shot at.
And so this also uses your lower die, your min die. So that's a 2. So basically, next time you take damage, that'll be lowered by 2. And to answer the question in Zoom, because it'll be easier for me to say it than to type it, you can use any of your powers at any time. And if something doesn't fit, then that's where we can go into the just describe to me what you want to do,
Okay.
how you want to do it, and I'll match it to one of the basic actions.
Alrighty.
Archer, you're next.
All right. Well, I want to come out from behind cover and do my precise shot while they're distracted trying to shoot at Bayani, making a target of himself.
All right. So same thing. You have to check each thing that you're using on your character sheet.
Okay.
So your precise shot is always linked to 2 things, right? Certain power, certain quality. So you just check each of these and then check your green status and click on the action dice at the top of the sheet. Bam! Oh my god. All right. So what does precise shot do?
Well, pretty much what it says on the label. It says, ignore all penalties on this attack, ignore any defend actions, and it cannot be affected by reactions. So she's going to come out of cover, take aim, and shoot at one of the guys that are trying to shoot at Bayani, the one that looks like the biggest threat.
All right. So one of them, came out to try to fire at Bayani, and the moment, they were about to shoot, there's just one bullet that strikes at the mercenary. They are pushed against one of the containers with a loud bang, and they fall down on the ground. And basically, we would see standing there, gun in hand, Archer. What does Archer look like?
She looks like not the type of person you would expect to see standing around in a construction site holding a gun. She's sort of petite. She looks like a gymnast more than anything. Boots, jeans, regular sleeveless shirt, braid, just a normal gal, except for the fact that she has a metal arm. One of her arms are metal. There you go, loosened him up for you, Fitz.
So because they are minions, I described you killing them one shot, but I might be able to survive. I don't think so. But I'll still do it as it's supposed to happen. So a minion, when you hit a minion, they don't have HP, right? They have to roll a die. Oh, wow. And we got the cut card that was played. So none of my villains can alter the environment, and none of the villains can... oops. And none of them can, I believe it's... they cannot move the scene forward for one turn. So neither the environment nor the villains can do anything to push the scene into yellow or into red, giving you more time to do what you want. So basically, we'll translate that into you'll get the drop on Manowar.
Ooh.
So my little friend needs to roll. I think it's a yeah, I want to see how you damage minions. I knew all of this by heart a couple weeks ago because I had read everything, and then of course I forgot all of it. So it's gonna take me just a quick second.
I mean, it's not like life happened since you wrote it a few weeks ago.
No, that's it.
So
nothing happened at all.
no.
Oh, I have them in, I believe I have them in my notes. Because it would be easier for me to... Yes. So, they need to save... Oh, wow. Okay. So you use your mid die unless something warrants anything. Hannah, what was your... Not the highest, but not the lowest number.
10.
So, yeah. And
There's kind of a tie for 10.
yeah, they're basically they're D8 minions. So if they fail, yeah, they needed to roll a 10 or above on a D8. So yeah, the description works. They were bam knocked out on the side of the container. There are 3 minions left. Anaya, you're still holding your
Yes.
Your action?
Go?
Nope.
Oh,
Fitz,
no,
Fitz
Fitz,
has
I'm sorry.
been
Go first.
Fitz has held his pose rather elegantly. Actually, he's kind of enjoying himself up there. Now he's up on one of the containers, like above the minions, right?
Mhm.
Okay. He will. There's not really an ability per se, as much as it's just flat out attack using his signature weapon, his close combat, and then because we're a green status, that would be the dice pool.
The one at the top, yeah, the green die.
Okay, so let me. Why does roll 20 hate me and not let me put a check mark?
Oh, the checkmark disappears once you click it. Because I guess it should have been a button. But
I clicked it like 5 times. Does that change anything?
No, it just
Find out.
it just selected it.
Okay, cool. Yes, so let's roll. Oh yes.
So your min die in your case, your mid die, sorry, should be your that was a basic attack?
Yeah, it's a
Nothing
basic
fancy.
attack. He's gonna kind of like jump off the container he's standing on and take kind of a wild slash at the nearest of the minions.
All right. When you jump down, you see the mercenary basically looks up, sees just the shadow of you coming down on him, and deflects your sword with his rifle. You cut the rifle in half with your blade. He is now a D6 minion. So we've got 1 wounded minion, 2 that are top shape, and he's going to try to attack you with, fists and feet on his turn. And it's now their turn. So
Wait, I gotta go, right?
oh,
Or
yes.
do
Well,
I-
unless you want to wait for them to do something.
No, I think given what Bayani's instructions, Anaya is going to take a moment, take a deep breath. Okay. Okay, and then she would like to put her right palm on the ground and send basically a wave of destabilization towards where the minions are standing. So,
Alright.
but she is. So I think that's going to be Quake,
Mm-hmm.
self-discipline, because that's what her whole like self-centering is, to like control
Mm-hmm.
herself. And then green status, and then I guess she has 2 buffs right now, which we'll just add. What do we add that to?
So you add that at the end. So
Yeah.
whenever you choose that number, then you'll add all the bonuses to it.
Oh, cool. All right, let's roll the action dice.
Oh my god.
Hey, remember when I said Anaya's like real terrible at this stuff? Mwah.
But it was a very epic pose with you palm on the ground. Would you mind describing Anaya to the viewers in this like splash art full page of you crouched down, hand on the ground?
Sure. What was the cover that was there? Was it like shipping other containers?
They're like shipping containers. You have a few like steel drums, maybe like wooden pallets stacked up, and of course in the background you have your cranes and your this and that bulldozer, whatever.
So yeah, the background looks exactly like Simon described, and then in front, between like a wooden pallet and a steel drum, you see Anaya crouched down. And if Archer looked out of place, Anaya looks like she should be at some presentation on stage, because she has got on what is clearly work pants, smart low heel shoes, because once again she is a doctor. So nothing fancy, just lots of arch support and a button-down blouse. So she's like, just imagine gray pants, pink shirt, like she's come right off of like a shift or something, and she's got her hand on the ground and this incredibly worried look on her face, because you get the sense that she's probably more scared of things going right than going wrong.
Okay.
Like, she's not disappointed that it didn't work.
Well, I mean, you say it didn't work,
is scarier.
but it might actually still do something.
Oh dear.
Because you had bonuses given to you by Bayani. So there was a +1 from Bayani and a +1 from chat.
Yes.
So your mid number should be a 3 in this case.
All right.
And that is a hinder action to them. So they take -1 to everything that they do.
Great. She's gonna hide behind the drum if she can again. That was very uncomfortable. She didn't like it.
Sorry. Because you showed yourself a little bit,
Yeah.
one of them will fire at you. The wounded one will counterattack on Fitz. And, well, the one that was shooting at Bayani is dead, but not the one that was aiming for Archer. So, they're going to attack, and I think it's just the 1 die for them. Because they're minions, they don't do a lot of things. Yeah, no, they're not gonna try to succeed at something. So yeah, it's just gonna be basic attacks on all of you. I remember each of them has a -1 anyway. So I will attack. I'll start with Archer. Archer, that's a 2. So basically you would take 2 damage.
Okay.
So you're probably, grazed by a bullet. Of course, it's the superhero thing to have, like, the little nick on the shoulder or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then Anaya, that's a 0.
All right.
So he basically aimed for you and just, like, shot all over the place because of the tremors.
Yes.
And the one in front of Fitz spins around for a punch, and that is a 2 damage to Fitz.
Can I, because I have my untouchable ability, which I believe is a reaction. It's R. Is that a reaction?
R is a reaction. What does it do?
So when I would be dealt damage, I roll a d4 in the green zone, d6 in the yellow, d8 in the red. Reduce the damage I take by the value rolled.
Cool.
Attack another target with that roll.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Then roll that d4. So you take nothing. And tell everyone, so describe how you deflect this attack and also attack one of the other. Choose either the one that's on Anaya or the one on Archer.
So Fitz is kind of sees the punch coming, and what he's going to do is roll so that the fist effectively just kind of like passes behind him as he swings around and brings a sword up high to like slash downwards at I will assume that the one who shot at Anaya is closest.
Sure.
And he will slash at that minion.
Who will similarly deflect your attack. Their gun spins out of control, out of their hands, and they draw a combat knife for the next round.
As he finishes his swing, because he's not quite paying enough attention to actually like hurt the minion, obviously, he looks at the one who just missed him and is just like, yo, can't touch this.
Oh no.
Top of the round again, so the minions have played. It is your turn. I'm gonna put some music back again.
Anybody have any ideas? Want to go first? Because you should.
So, Bayani is going to close in, and the way he does this is he draws his grappling gun and shoots it through his wall and aims for one of the shipping containers that's behind one of the enemy with the combat knife. And then he's going to activate it so he gets pulled right at that guy. And then he's going to deliver a flying kick to basically slam him into the wall.
Nice. I thought for a moment you were going to pull the container at the guy. So is that an ability, or is that just a regular old attack?
I think it's just a close combat attack.
Sure.
Or we could use either agility or close combat. I mean, they're the same.
Well, I mean, the
just
way
use
you
one, so I click the.
Yeah, you use one of them, one of your qualities, and always your status die.
Right, so sorry. So I have to select the power and the quality and the status.
Every time, yeah.
Right? Every time.
So in this case, if I look at what's available to you on your sheet, like agility makes sense, close combat for the kick, and then that would be the d6 for the other one. Yeah. And we use your middle die, so that's a 4. And I have to beat a 4. You said the one with the combat knife, right?
Yes.
He would have defended, but you still are going to overpower him and knock him out. What does that look like?
So Bayani's very seasoned at fighting. He's going to aim his kick just right to push the guy off his center of gravity and slam him so hard into the wall that it leaves an imprint of his figure in it.
All right, with a loud thud, You knock him out. The knife just falls down on the ground with a clang. There are 2 minions left. Who's next?
I'm going to shoot at the guy.
going last. He's always going to go last. So.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
Okay. I'm going to shoot at the guy who shot at me.
That is a good thing to do.
I'm going to come out of cover to do that, to do another precise shot. So I'll just roll the same thing again.
Yep. And remember, right now in our pool, in case you need it, there are 2 d8s and 1 d12. So your average is a 4. The tie always goes to the player, so he does not defend and is shot down as well. So 2 shots, 2 kills. We have Fitz and Anaya left, and only 1 unarmed mercenary.
So, yeah, Fitz is just going to step just a tiny bit away from the minion. I mean, yeah, just to give himself a little distance, get a little leverage with the blade. And he is going to attack the minion again. Just the basic signature weapon, close combat, and the regular d6.
All right. Mid die of 5. He doesn't save. Bam! Down. All 4 mercenaries are down. The coast is clear to go towards the broken bridge. But before we move on to our next scene, whatever banter you might want to have, whatever prep you might want to do before you face Manowar, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back in about 5 minutes. I know we started a bit late, but we'll patch up at the end of our session tonight. So stick around, everyone. We will be right back. And we are... Nope, wrong one.
Black screen. That's what.
There we are. So the first wave of minion is dead. You are, or knocked out. You are left to yourselves in this abandoned construction site. Again, it leads up eventually. Ooh, an extra 2 hero points for all of you. I think that brings you to 5 hero points already.
Anaya's thing didn't end up happening, so just 4.
Oh, just 4.
But speaking of Anaya, she's going to climb out from behind whatever she's hiding behind and rush towards Archer and ask her, are you okay?
I'm fine. Save your supplies for somebody who needs it.
Okay. I mean, right now that's you, right?
I'm fine. Let's just go. Come on.
Okay.
All right. Good job, everybody. Sticking to plan.
Thanks, Mr. B.
Playing to your strengths, making sure that you don't overextend. But that should be the typical approach to most things. Fitzroy taking point as scout and flanking, with Anaya flushing them out of wherever it is that they're trying to hide behind, and Archer on cleanup. Work for everybody else.
Wait, before we go forward, do we know Manowar, does he have any special powers that we should know of?
From what I remember, kinda like Archer, but uses 2 guns instead of 1.
Okay.
An extra hero point, y'all.
He's probably laid out a number of traps along the way, so
Oh, okay.
careful about that.
Okay. I'll keep my eyes open.
Questions before we go in?
What direction are we going in?
Oh, we gotta cross this bridge first.
And Fitz just turns and starts walking.
Oh, I guess we're going.
Archer will follow.
Is there a big gap in the bridge?
So the bridge is only built halfway. Basically, you've got Manowar against a metaphorical wall.
Is it a metaphor because there is no wall, but there's a giant gap?
Well, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
But also, there's a river flowing under the bridge, so that the villain can always, fall into it.
Is it pretty open there? Like, is it...
Anaya?
Will you be able to help us get across?
I don't know. Last time I tried teleporting, more than me, we kind of ended up somewhere that I had to call my Uncle Sam, and that wasn't a good thing. He was angry with me.
So, Manowar's on the other side of the bridge, right?
No, there's no other side of the bridge.
Oh, he's on the bridge.
It's just a half
itself.
bridge, yeah, and he's at the very end.
Oh, okay. I thought we'd have to cross the river to get to him. Okay, never mind. We don't even. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Anaya. I don't like when Uncle Sam gets angry. It's not always a good thing.
Well, I bet. Well, let's hope none of us need you to move us.
Hopefully.
So Anaya's going to be at the back of the group.
Leonie will always be up front. Figured that Fitzroy would just be bouncing around all over wherever, and
Only if it's stylish to bounce. Yeah.
So you're not prancing about on the bridge.
No, there's no default prance. There's a strut, but no default prance. It's kind of contextual.
Among the four of you, who would you say has the keenest eyesight?
Archer.
Then, Hi Nymeria has you walk on the bridge towards, the so you have like all of these what's it called again? Things when you
Containers?
construct. No.
No, the tension like cables holding up the bridge.
Yeah, there's cables, but then there's it's like those ladders with little planks of
Scaffolding?
wood. Scaffoldings. Thank you. Wow, brain. So yeah, you have like a few scaffoldings to the side against some of the like big support columns for the bridge. Like in my mind, this bridge looks like the Brooklyn Bridge. If you need like a visual, so some of the cables are just lying. They're hooked on top of the columns, but they're just resting on the asphalt basically. And in the water, you have like one of these giant construction cranes that's been fixed on like a little artificial island to the side, and on it is attached a container. So if you want, this is an environment. So we'll introduce environments in the game for our viewers. So in Sentinels of the Multiverse, you have heroes that can do stuff, you have villains that can do stuff, and you have the environment that can do stuff. And the environment in this case is a precariously hanging container. Basically, our scene, once we go into dramatic time, will be green, green, yellow, yellow, red. Of course, because of the card that was played earlier by Godless Lawyer, I cannot move it forward for the first turn. So basically, you'll stay green for one more turn. That said, what the environment will do, the environment's ability is called Impending Doom. If the scene reaches red, unless it's been resolved, the cable holding the container will snap. Oh, that was Cody Strayman. Sorry, Cody. So thank you, Cody. So yeah, the cable will snap and the container will fall on a randomly chosen hero.
Okay.
It's gonna hurt if it happens.
I mean, I'm just seeing this go so many different possible ways. Some of which might be very interesting and funny.
So because of the card that was played, you'll have basically 5 rounds before it falls. So you are warned. There might be a way to get rid of the container and the cable. I'm gonna leave that up to you and how ingenious you are.
Is there some like precious thing that we have to get from this container, or it just happens to be hanging there and it's the potential problem?
No, the container is a potential problem. It's just hanging
okay.
there.
It's just okay, perfect.
Like the construction guy at the end of his shift was like, "Man, I'll leave it there. I'll come back," and then they never came back because they lacked funds.
Safety rules just don't apply to superhero environments.
Nah, that's it. So, yeah.
As he's walking by on, he's just going to keep pointing at places. OSHA violation. OSHA violation. OSHA violation.
Mr. B, we're not at work. Well, not that work.
You have to be aware of these occupational hazards.
Yeah, I can never remember the rules. But okay. What's that? Is that a violation right there? And he's going to point at like a giant steel drum that's just sitting there doing nothing.
Actually, yes, it is, because it's in the middle of a common walking pathway.
Ooh.
I'm more worried about that thing up there.
When you point at the container, actually, now chat played something interesting. It's not just a container.
Uh-oh.
It's a
Because they
transformer?
played the card Chat and Danger.
Oh my god.
So inside said container, you hear the banging of chat being stuck in there.
What?
Okay.
Chat is stuck in the container?
There's people in there?
There's people in there.
Woo.
So this is going to be an overcome 1 challenge, meaning that you need to succeed on 1 overcome check. So to succeed on it, you just have to roll, and depending on how high, then you succeed or not. And also, so if the container, if the challenge needs to act, it's got 4, 4, and 6 as its numbers, but in this case, the container might not really act. However, if you do save chat, the next card the chat plays gets a bonus.
Ooh.
So I'm just saying.
I mean,
creating
I'll be happy for
synergy.
the bonus, but I'm in this to save chat.
I know.
Just
Look at all
let's
these
be
help
clear.
uses.
Yeah.
You must help chat.
And I forgot to mention Archer with your keen eyesight. You stop the group dead in their tracks as you see on the ground thin, razor thin wires about like 2 inches from the ground. When you follow them, they lead to explosives set on the sides of containers.
That ain't supposed to be there. Should we, or can we, should we take him down, or?
Bayani points at the tripwires and then the explosives. A violation.
I'll say.
Mr. B, that looks like it's... Yeah, I'll agree with you, Mr. B. That's a violation.
So I can try to see if I can help with the container. But I'm no use with explosives.
So-
I was gonna say I've got the principle of the gearhead, where I can overcome a technological challenge and use my max die, and each of my allies gains a hero point.
As a gearhead, you could disarm the bomb, yes.
And were you gonna say something?
So, lesson time, while we have the ability to chat, and always be aware of your environment. And you want to remove as many obstacles for yourselves while finding ways to impair your opponents. Case in point, spawn. We don't want to be stumbling around with this. If he ends up pushing us back, might fall into this trap.
So, Mr. B, do I try and disarm the trap?
Please do.
Okay, how do I roll this overcome?
So you're gonna tell me which power, which quality that you use. How do you disarm this trap?
Oh god. Given that we're talking about tripwires and like a ton of explosives, it will likely be in some way using my signature weapon to cut the wires at some point such that they won't set off the explosive.
Okay.
And so yeah, I would use my signature weapon. Yeah, I can't use my himbo quality. I'd have to use my creative quality. I doubt my himbo-ness would actually help. So that's going to be my d6, and then we're green for the environment, right?
Yeah. So unless I specify otherwise, you're always green.
Always green.
Unless your HP brought you below for some reason.
Okay. And we have 2 d8s and a d12.
Yeah.
Do you guys mind if I grab one of those d8s just so I'm rolling at least 2 d8s?
Or
I think not blowing up is a pretty good
Yeah.
thing to deviate
Okay.
on.
So how do I change that d6 to a d8? Do I just click and modify it manually, or
Yeah. No.
do I click the
Basically,
modify?
select another power that has a D8 instead.
Oh, okay. I'll select Timbo because that's a d8. Okay. And now I roll this, and we see if I manage to save us or blow us up.
Yes.
I pray.
And a 7 is enough. So with the deft motion of your sword, you cut the wire. The bomb is still there; it still exists, but unless someone, activates it or shoots it, it's not going to be of any problem.
Mr. B, I mean, we won't trip on it anymore, but I can't do. It's still there. Is that okay?
it'll do for now.
Okay.
That really shouldn't have worked, though. Normally, if you just cut these wires, the thing just explodes. I don't really quite understand how this is happening.
I'm just really creative, Mr. B.
With your gearhead, you can see clearly that it's if the wire disconnects from the bomb that it explodes. So if someone was the wire was taut enough that if someone was to step on it or move it, it would unhook from the bombs and thus create the explosion.
Like a grenade pin coming out.
Yeah, like a grenade pin coming out.
So instead of saying that he's just creative, he will actually provide that kind of detailed explanation that is kind of shocking to hear from Fitz.
And I will pat Fitz on the shoulder and say, "Good job, Fitz. That was quite impressive."
Thanks, Anaya.
But I don't know about what your plan is, but I think I need to go try to help them. And she is going to, she would like to use her galvanize ability, which is a boost action, but what she's planning to do is she starts climbing the scaffolding. She's going up to find a better view, and she's going to try to take a look at this crane that you said is on this island and try to assess the situation and see what's going to be the safest way for the people, for our poor chat trapped inside the container. And so she is just going to try to analyze the situation in terms of what will cause the least harm to our lovely chat.
All
I
right.
just picture wearing shirts with their handles on it.
Basically. So you said that's using your galvanize power?
Yes. So
Go right ahead.
and okay, so that's going to be a boost using my agility because I'm climbing stuff, and medicine because she is trying to cause the least amount of, looking for the way to cause the least amount of physical harm to chat. And the green, and let's roll dice.
Does it specify a die type in galvanize or
It just says apply that bonus to all hero attack and overcome actions until the start of your next turn.
Oh wow. So we're gonna use your mid die, which means that it is a +2. So 7 is a +2. Yes.
If using this ability to boost, is that like when would I have the chance to attack before my next turn?
I know it's weird. In your case, it's you can use it on your next turn, like it's before the end of your turn.
Okay. Yeah, because otherwise I'm like I can't really use it.
So, looking at the situation, the safest method would be to climb up the crane, or use the built-in elevator. Go on top, turn it on. Basically, just move the container aside and lower it down.
Okay.
And this, that's where the 446 is going to come into account. Instead of 446, we're going to say this is going to be basically 3 different skills checks. 3 overcomes that you need to succeed. Climbing up. Actually, just 2. Climbing up and moving the container.
Okay. While she's up there, she's gonna shout that down. Like, I think the safest way to get the people safe is to get to that island and move that container.
So we're gonna say that like all of this was happening before Bioni could say anything, but okay, appreciate the initiative, but there is a villain out there who is likely going to take a couple of pot shots at you and has probably seen you now. Could complicate things.
Well,
Actually,
people were in
speaking of villain,
I was like, people were in danger. She wasn't gonna wait.
that's when you hear a in the distance. And Manowar is going to attempt to shoot at Anaya.
Cool. I'm pretty high in the air, buddy.
Yeah, he's so you have a +2. I mean, if you want to use that as a like defend bonus to lower the damage by 2, you can. But it's only just 1 shot. He basically fired a warning shot. Whoa, that's way too high.
1d212. What the hell?
Wow. I mean, I know this is a superhero game, but
That's my
holy.
favorite die.
No, that would be 9 points of damage to Anaya.
All right, so I have damage resistance,
That's true.
which gives me, well, that reduces it 1, and then did you say that I could reduce it another 2?
If you want to use that +2 you gave yourself.
Right, a bonus. Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh,
So that's 6 then.
yeah. Someone just played Whoa There. Hindering, so until Manowar takes an overcome action, just the simple screaming of chat is enough to give him a -3 penalty.
Yay, chat.
Nice. I love you, chat. You're the best. We're gonna save you. Don't worry.
After this gunshot echoes across the bridge, 3 more minions show up. 3 other mercenaries. And you see at the end of the bridge, standing on top of a container with like drums and crates and pallets forming a barricade, the form of Manowar, a tall man, probably in his like late 30s, early 40s, buzz cut brown hair. You can see the like blue glow from his glasses, the sort of like goggles that he wears. Of course, he's dressed in the suit you've always seen him dressed in, basically like this skin tight black, somewhat armored suit with pockets and belts a little bit like crisscrossing everywhere. And he has this like scarf, this balaclava all the way up to baklava. Oh wait, the kind of scarf that goes like all the way up to here.
Balaclava.
Yeah, it's a balaclava, right?
I think baklava is the dessert.
Baklava is the dessert.
Yeah, no, balaclava.
I mean, it'd be funny if he just had baklava on his face.
Yeah, he's just munching.
How does he maintain that physique with all of that sugar?
So, he's somewhat protected by this barricade. You can destroy the barricade if you want. Otherwise, he's just gonna take less damage. Unless you can get to him and then kick his ass. It's your turn, heroes.
Fitz is going to lean over to Archer. Yo, is he trying to steal my look?
You gotta look.
I mean, all black.
That ain't a look.
Yeah, no. It's not a very good brand for what we're doing.
Okay, whatever. Hey, old guy, and he's gonna scream like across the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Don't shoot my doctor! And then he's gonna do his teleport.
All right. So you close in the distance.
Yeah.
Do you use a power for that? Like, do you mix it with an attack or something?
Actually, I'm one. Oh no, I can't because I have to remove a physical bonus or penalty of which I have none.
You do have a bonus because Anaya gave you one.
Oh. I mean, I could try and sabotage, where I would attack using my teleport, remove a physical bonus or penalty, hinder a target using my min die, or maneuver to a new location in my environment. I would probably just hinder the target and not maneuver. Like, I would stay there hindering the target, not maneuvering to a new
You're
location.
not going to move elsewhere. But
No.
by the way, you also attack.
Yes.
So you're going to damage him and hinder him some more.
Yes.
Nice.
Does it? Yeah, I'm gonna roll my teleport. Not that it changes much. It's all a D8. And then I'll use my close combat with that.
Sabotage is actually teleport and stealth. That's what you chose.
Oh, teleport.
So
and
it's
stealth.
always not like the
D8s.
dice are gonna change because it's D8 across the board for you. But
Right. Now I get it. I now understand what I did. Which, yes, does make complete sense now that I think back to what we did in session 0. Okay, cool. And we're green for environment. Yay.
yep.
I guess. So let's go.
So your mid die is a 4, and you hinder
I hinder him using my min.
So the min is a 3. So a 3 is a -1. What does that look like? What do you do to hinder him?
So, teleporting, there's a little bit of black smoke and kind of just poof, kind of bamf out and appear in kind of like a reverse of the disappear, like right next to him. And I will literally grab his guns and try to wrestle it out of his hands.
All right, so you have one hand on one of his gun,
Yeah.
and you're like tug of warring between you and him.
Totally.
And that's where we'll leave it for now. Who wants to go next?
Bayani will go next. And he's just going to say aside to Archer, line up your shots. I'm going to clear the way for you. And see Bayani's form just lights up. It goes from orange to blue, and he just puts his hand out in front of him. And this column of flame, and at the end of the column of flame is a giant boxing glove. And it's just going to punch through and try to destroy all of the cover and barriers that the guys are using to protect themselves.
All right. Make your roll. That was one of your powers, right?
Fire powers?
Yes.
Okay.
And was that sorry?
384.
Okay, 384. So the mid die would be a 4. And with a 4, yeah, you strike in the air. Your fist plows through everything, even blows up the barricade that was in front of Manowar, sending like shrapnel of wood, splinters, and like empty drums flying about, even towards Fitz, who needs to bob and weave out of the way. But at the same time, when you did that, 3 more explosions occurred. 3 other tripwires. there's just like this corridor of explosions and flames leading up to Manowar. They don't do anything to like chat or anything, but like you've just disarmed all of his traps.
The traps.
Huh?
It was a thing from our Dark Matter campaign. What was it? A trooper was playing a character, and anytime he entered a new room, he would say, "No traps," and therefore proclaimed that there would be no traps on him.
Well, let's hope this proclamation of yours is accurate. Who wants to go next?
Archer will do her move called Sniper Aim. Boost yourself using signature weaponry and ranged combat. Use your max plus min die. This bonus can only be used against one chosen target and is persistent and exclusive against that target until it leaves the scene. So I'd like to use it against Manowar, please.
Of course. So go ahead, roll signature weaponry plus range combat. And you use the max, so a max and min, so for a 10, and 10 as a, you said it's a boost on yourself, right?
Yes, boost.
So it's a +3.
Sweet.
It only works on Manowar.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, you still have your +2 from Anaya.
Okay.
But your +2 from Anaya is going to disappear after she's done playing.
Mm-hmm.
So what you could do, it's 12, 13, is use it right away on your snipe, and that would up it from +3 to +4.
Okay.
So instead of, wasting a bonus away, you now have +4 against Manowar.
Okay.
And it's Anaya's turn.
Okay, so what I will do depends on how this game works.
Mhm.
Because part of her is like, I'm useless in that combat. I'm worried about the screaming chat.
Mhm.
But if, like, jumping into the water and swimming over to the island and all that, like, if it's gonna, I don't know, like, in terms of rounds of combat, like, if it's just gonna take too long.
No, so
then-
it's, in Sentinels, movement is not an issue. Unless we say it's an issue because it needs an overcome or anything of the sort. So if you decide to swim up to the crane, it's part of whatever action you're going to do.
Okay. Well, okay, so maybe I'll just explain what she's thinking of doing. She's thinking of jumping off the bridge into the water, using her density to help in terms of make her faster as a swimmer and lighter and less likely to go splat jumping off a bridge, and use that same density to help her get to the crane. And I'm assuming that's going to be all she can do this round, or if she can do, I don't know if she can do more.
Actually, well, the way we I did the overcome earlier, it would actually count also as climbing up.
Oh, okay.
So like your check would be for everything up to like, by the end of your turn, if you succeed, you're at the top of the crane.
Okay, cool.
Now, if you fail, that's different.
That is different, isn't it? Well, because I do have the +2. No, I use my +2 already. Never mind. But she's going to try to. Yeah, she's going to try to get over there because.
All right. Remember, you got a D8 and a D12 also in the common dice pool.
I'm rolling density and I don't know.
What would fit?
I have alertness, investigation, and self-discipline in terms of qualities.
I mean, the way you've described what you want to do, I think it requires a lot of self-discipline. Because you are going to time the use of your powers, like, precisely as you dive, swim, climb. So it's, like, very, like, you need to be precise, and to be precise, you need to be disciplined.
Yeah, well, luckily as a doctor,
Oh, yeah.
when she has a plan, she can focus on implementing it. those.
773.
Nice.
So 7 for an overcome. It succeeds, but with a minor twist.
Ooh, okay.
So minor twists in this game are basically small consequences to something that could have happened. Some of the twists are in your... Oh, we got an extra 2 hero points from Godless Lawyer. Thank you so much.
Where do we put those also?
They
The
would
extra
be...
ones.
Yeah, I hope you're counting them because I haven't.
You're at 6 right now. But hero points are at the bottom of your sheet, the hero tab, bottom left. Normally it maxes out at 5.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just remember we're at 6 right now. I'll note it down.
Does that count with the one from when I did my overcome earlier?
Oh, yeah, +1.
So we're at 7?
Yeah.
I can't count, but I know when one is missing.
Right, so back to minor twists.
Yeah, back to minor twist. So as a principle of the powerless, ooh, we got a cheer. One hero is boosted with a +1. So what we'll do is we'll use one of your 3, 1, 2, 3 archer. You got a +1. So we'll say we'll use the minor twist from your principle of the powerless.
Okay.
You succeeded. You swam, you jumped, you dove, you swam, you climbed. But what temporary injury did you suffer?
I think she didn't dive headfirst off a bridge because she's not super. She went feet first. But I think her density manipulation went just a little bit awry, and she now has a sprained ankle. So she's not in her fastest mobility. She went in feet first.
Okay. You're at
And
9
flop
hero
into
points.
the water. Oh my gosh. 9.
So you sprained your ankle. That might come into play. Might not, because it's a minor twist. It doesn't give you a mechanical disadvantage right away.
Okay.
But if narratively that disadvantage comes into play, that wound comes into play, then you'll have maybe a -1 or something like that.
Okay.
But at the end of your turn, you are up on atop the crane. You can see the battle taking place beneath you. You can see the explosions as Bayani's fist of fire just plowed through everything.
And I mutter to absolutely nobody, "I'm coming, chat. I'm coming."
Yeah, you hear their muffled voices and banging on the steel container. Now it's my minions and my lieutenant. So Manowar doesn't like to have that -3. So he's going to use his turn to tell chat to shut the fuck up, to remove the -3 that they gave him. Doesn't mean he'll succeed though. So it's an overcome. Oh my god, and he needs to roll at least a 7 on a d12. No, in fact, 4 minus 4 total. So that's a 0. The action utterly, spectacularly fails. So he turns to tell chat to shut it. Because they're banging and yelling is bothering him. But as he does so, he will open himself up to a basic attack from either Fitz or Archer.
Ooh. How do you want to play that?
You're closer. I assume you go first.
I mean, I'm hindering him with a -3. If I attack him, will that hinder change?
You're hindering him with a -1.
Or a -1, sorry. I did mine. Yes, okay, never
No,
mind.
that remains forever until he gets
okay.
rid of it.
Okay. I mean, I am kind of like holding him steady if you have confidence in your shot, Archer, with that +4.
Oh, well, I miscalculated something, so that's okay. The hinder was only on his next check. But we'll say he wasted his turn. Look, that was my bad. So
Okay.
he hindered his overcoming of the hinder, and opened himself up to an attack.
So is it you or me?
Go for it.
All right. I'm going to use my +4 to do precise shot.
It's going to be only a basic attack in this case. No abilities.
Oh,
Because it's a free thing, right?
Okay.
Did I miss your card? Give me a second. I will check the card. The last thing that Godless Lawyer played... Oh my god, they're not... They're not in order.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, wait, it's again Chat in Danger. Alright, I have to come up with another Chat in Danger. Overcome...
Godless lawyer. I am only one character. I can't do all of this.
I'm about to have to like teleport away from this to like go deal with the crane.
I know.
Alright,
Well, I'm
I
just
think
saying-
that's what's gonna happen. Bayani, you remember you blew all the traps up, explosions everywhere. There was Godless Lawyer was sleeping under the bridge. God knows why. And the explosions rocked his sleeping place, and he is now clinging onto one of the beams, feet in the air, kicking and screaming, "Help me, please!" And that's an overcome 1.
Wait, he's clinging to one of the beams under the bridge, like in the air.
Yeah, he was... So there's the asphalt, right? And then you have all the beams.
Mhm.
And he was just sleeping on one of them. And then, you know, the explosions rocked the bridge, and he's now hanging in the air.
Mr. B, do you know how to fly?
No, I do not.
Can't.
But I'm not done. I have my
no.
minions.
Oh no.
One of them will take a shot at Anaya as she's climbing up. But the other 2 are gonna fire at Bayani and Archer.
Should be out of range.
You are pretty far, but nothing prevents them from trying.
That's fair.
Oh, did we disconnect?
Did we? No.
No.
Okay,
I see.
my chat stopped working.
And I will
That is
give him
all.
a very stern look. Very disappointed.
There we go. We're back. So, are you currently hindered by anything, Anaya?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So since you do not suffer a penalty, you know what? No, I'm gonna count your sprained ankle as a penalty.
Okay.
Just for fun, and because I'm mean. So there
fine.
will be a bonus to his damage equal to the amount of minions still alive.
Damn.
So it's D8 plus 3. Now you're gonna take 4 damage.
Well, 3. Because I have damage resistance. But also, y'all, I'm in yellow now.
So yeah, I think as you climb up, there's a bullet that ricochets off of the near your hand, and you have to like move away, and that leaves you like hanging for a moment. Like you probably like hit the side, your back on the crane, and then try to clamber back up. Bayani, are you under any penalties?
No.
You're gonna take 8 damage. as one of them actually gets that shot in. It's probably, again, one of those superhero wounds, so, like, it's on the side of your thigh. It draws blood. Unless you have, like, a reaction or something to mitigate that.
Nope.
Archer, do you have any penalties?
Do not think so. No.
Someone just played
Prax.
the healing card.
Ooh.
First aid. Prax, which hero are you healing? Please let us know in chat.
Tag me.
And you're gonna take 6 damage, Archer.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah, she did tag you originally in the message. So yeah, Pooja, Anaya would regain. How much did we say for first aid?
the card had something on it. When
Yeah.
Yeah, Band-Aid, a D6, I believe. No, it was, oh shit, it was first aid. Actual first aid, a D6 plus 4.
Ooh.
You regain 6 hit points
Ooh, thank you. That's huge.
as you are cheered on by chat. Hello, Jim?
I'm coming
Welcome.
for you, chat.
Yeah, all of a sudden, other doc spawns in the container with the rest of chat.
Oh yeah, you're in a container dangling.
You're now a hostage with the rest of chat.
So normally, this is when our scene would move on, right? But Cody, at the beginning of the stream, helped you with his actually legendary card, and we're not moving the scene forward. So you still have, now from this point on, the container will fall at the end of the 5th round.
Hey, I'm working on it.
5 rounds, guys. 5 rounds.
It's up to you, heroes.
I'm picturing like just other doc appearing inside the container, and then you see like one of the strands of the cable just comes undone because of the
Yeah.
additional weight. Everyone's like, "Oh, thanks, doc."
So is it whose turn is it?
It's any one of you. Anytime it's your
Okay.
turn.
It's your turn now?
Prep. Increase the green HP of a random hero by I couldn't read fast enough.
By 3.
Oh, nice. So one of you, their maximum HP, basically, that's what it means. Max HP goes up by 3.
Each rolling.
Choose. Who wants to get it?
I think it would help Fitzroy the most right now.
Mhm.
Okay.
Get our melee
Like-
combat friend.
Because my character gets stronger the more he's hurt.
Mhm.
So I'm sort of like, oh,
I know. I
Flip the
was a scooch excited to get into yellow. Although none of that will help me with saving chat, so I'm glad I'm not in yellow.
So Fitz, your max hit points go up to 30, and you're also, healed by 3 to match up. So I think you were full originally, right?
I was full, yeah.
Oh, so you're
So-
even better.
I will just... My current goes up by 3, right? As well?
Current and max, yeah.
Current and max.
That, of course, is going to disappear at the end of the session.
Yeah, of course. Which, let me just make a note for myself.
So yeah, any one of you players who wants to go.
Bayani will go. He's just going to start running at the 3 minions to close in and keep them from using their guns, because he's concerned that they might start shooting at the container. But what happens is that you see the fire around Bayani sort of splits, and so there are like 2 fiery clones of Bayani that are mirroring his movements, and he's going to start attacking the minions, and he's going to use dual strike. So it allows him to attack one target using fire and close combat, and attack a second target using his mid die.
And the first one, is it mid as well? Does it mention anything?
It says just attack it.
Okay.
It doesn't mention it.
So it's mid for both. All right.
It's mid for the first attack. It's min for the second.
Oh, min. Okay, mid-min. Sorry. All right. Well, 6 and a 5. So the first one does not save and is knocked out. The second one does not save and is knocked out. So we're left with one last minion and Manowar as your threats. And then 2 challenges. The container and Godless Lawyer hanging on from a steel beam.
The only idea I have for Godless Lawyer, I have to be in yellow.
Unless you can be creative with your powers and everything.
Yeah,
Like
but
I
that's
said,
it.
Yeah.
I would have to teleport and use my acrobatics, and then I could overcome and boost myself by my min die, and it would technically be, yeah, it would be an overcome. So I would like teleport to him and acrobatically like make
You
sure
also-
that he's safe.
You also have a +1. Yeah, no, that could be... So,
I can't do that until I'm in yellow though. That's my overcome. In yellow.
That's an overcome that is special because it also boosts yourself. That's why it's a special power.
Okay.
But you could always just use teleport to overcome the challenge by just teleporting to him and
Being acrobatic about it and saving
Yeah.
him from falling to his doom.
because you can't really teleport back with him, so you're gonna have to like slingshot him
Oh,
over onto the bridge.
Could just duct tape him to the beam.
oh
I
yeah,
mean-
secure him tighter.
Which I would still run with my. I mean, the teleportation is in and of itself a very, straightforward thing. I'm gonna bamf out from where I am. I'm gonna bamf to him, and then either I'm securing him in place, hoping the bridge doesn't blow up, or moving him so that he's like secure. In which case, I mean, I would still use my acrobatics. I think even if I was like bringing a rope with me somehow to like tie him to a beam, so I know he's not going to fall to his doom.
Well, remember you had like these big suspension cables, like I said, that were hanging loose.
Yes. I let's do it. And let.
All right, quick
Idea.
question. Is there any way that Bayani could somehow get his grappling gun to Fitzroy?
We could consider that like part of Fitzroy's action. He teleports next to you, takes your grappling gun, teleports out.
Sure.
That's all descriptive anyway. It's
Yeah.
all part of the same check.
Yep.
So if it succeeds, of course, if it succeeds.
Got this.
I don't want to fail I don't want to fail Godless Lawyer. That's
So
gonna be
maybe what
upsetting.
happens is that Fitzroy's going to do 2 teleports. He's going to teleport once to, let's say that Bayani just throws his grappling gun in the direction that Fitzroy needs to go to in order to reach.
So you're
this lawyer.
yeeting your gun off the bridge so he can just.
Yeah. So it's basically a two-stage teleport in one direction, so it's easier for him to get to where he needs.
I'm game.
Yeah.
All right.
Looks
Okay.
Roll.
really
And
cool.
remember, you got a +1 from the last card that was played.
Okay. Cool.
Nice.
So that would be a 7 total.
7
You're-
total.
Your action succeeds, but with a minor twist. So let's check on your sheet what your
Oh
principles are.
no. Oh no.
The minor twist.
Oh, I like this one. I'm gonna take this one. Tell me, Fitz, what mechanical device just shorted out?
So the way I see this, Biani is going to throw his grappling gun. Fitz is gonna shout out, "Thank you, Mr. B," as he bamps once, comes out, grabs the gun, bamps a second time to get into position, near Godless Lawyer. Goes to aim the gun because we're gonna use the gun so that I can, kind of rappel down or like get down to the ground. And as I aim it, coming out of the teleport, I'm not completely out of the teleport. So when I click, fire the gun, it shorts out at the same time. So I will assume that effectively I am now stuck with Godless Lawyer under the bridge.
Well, you succeeded. So you
Okay.
don't have to be stuck. You saved them.
Okay.
So what we could say is,
Because the gun is the only device. So once it shorts...
you could have fallen on the ground holding Godless Lawyer and just rolled. You're under the bridge in the sense that you're off the bridge. He's safe. You're gonna have to bamf back in next turn.
My superior physique saved you, Godless Lawyer. That's it.
All right. So that's the Overcome 1 challenge done. So if the next card that chat plays that has a numerical value is increased by 1. Archer or Anaya?
I'll go. I just, I'm trying to figure out what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the chat? The Zoom.
No. Would it stack with the other one? Let me check. Oops, that's not your sheet. That's not your sheet. That's probably your sheet, but I can't see it. I have all the sheets open. You said if it works with the. So that's a reaction actually, which you can now take if you ever get damaged again. Would it stack? Is the first one exclusive?
It's exclusive to one person, but if I'm just going to use it against that one person, does that stack?
So the +4 that you have against Manowar is
Yes.
exclusive to Manowar.
Yes.
Can you stack another one? Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Unless
cool.
that other one is also exclusive to something else.
Okay. So I'm going to, since sniper aim lasts until the opponent leaves the scene, I'm going to use precise shot on Manowar.
You line up a shot and fire. Manowar is no longer hindered. Ooh. You don't have any penalties. You don't have any defend actions, so you cannot lower the damage. Cannot react to it, and that would be an 8 +4, so that's 12. It's impossible for me to succeed. So he's wounded. He goes down to a D10. Oh boy! Congratulations to whoever drew what was just given in chat. Godless
Oh my
Lawyer.
god, what does this mean?
So it means that you and I are gonna have to record a solo stream about your, the first issue of your origin story, and we will post it up at the end of the season. So each hero can have theirs, and as we progress the game, we'll unlock, that was issue number 0, but then there's issue number 1, number 2, number 3, which will all lead up to right before our session tonight.
That is awesome. That is Godless Lawyer. Thank you so much. I am very looking forward to this.
Everyone who saves me gets one. So, Anaya, you're next.
Yes, Anaya would like to use. I'm assuming she's going to investigate the control panels and try to start moving that container to safety?
You've got like a few levers. You notice that they're basically somewhat easy to interpret. Like one of them seems to just be vertical, so that is probably height.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one is horizontal, so that's probably the like rotation of the crane.
Okay.
So it would be fairly easy for you to use, depending on what you want to use as your stats and everything.
Well, she was just gonna use. I mean, agility makes the most sense of her stats because she's maneuvering controls, and investigation because she's gonna like take a time to like look at the controls and see like, you know, up, down, left, right, and yeah, she's gonna take the time to do this right because there's screaming people in there.
All right.
You know.
So make that roll. 6. On an overcome, a 6 is a success, but with another minor twist. Let me see, what other minor twist we could take from your another injury? I don't think you needed to make a detour and sample something for an experiment. Alright, I'll pick one from the book then.
Okay.
Because if it doesn't work, we pick one from the book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pooja, can you just roll a d10?
I can.
Hello, Raiders! We're in the middle of a giant,
4.
Oh, no worry, Jim. Have a good night. 4. You succeed, but not as well as planned. I think I missed Jeebus. No, the last one was the Fitz issue. Then there was Prep. Give a Hand. Keys to the City. Did I miss a card? No, I think Prep was the last one. Prep and then yours. So I think we're good.
The
I'll
cards.
verify in the...
Oh, there were 2 before the Fitz issue.
Yeah, Prep, which was given to Andrew. And Keys to the City, which... Oh yeah, I forgot Keys to the City. You're at 10 hero points.
Oh my god.
So yeah, can you describe, Anaya, what doesn't go as planned in what you do?
I think she's trying right now to move it horizontally on towards land and not move it vertically, but because she did get shot and is bleeding out, I think she fumbles a bit and the container does drop a little bit. But not all the way down. But I think it's like maybe because of the sudden motion, like some cord snap or something. So the container is more precarious over land. Sorry, chat.
But you do save them all. Because your action did succeed.
Oh, so does that action actually get them onto land?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. So they just fell a little bit.
Yeah, so the container shook and just with a thud landed, and with the shock of it landing on the street, the door flings open, and well, our chat, so all 24 people, run away to safety. That means
Yay.
that, again, next card the chat plays gains a +1. That's all of you. Now it's my turn. I have 1 minion left. And I think he's gonna take offense at Bayani. Because you did like break everything. Bayani, you're gonna take 7 damage unless you can mitigate that. Do you have any abilities to mitigate?
No, I can't.
Okay. So I think
Not any green abilities.
So to describe what happens, he probably just runs up to you, and like hits you between the shoulder blades with the butt of his rifle. Ooh,
So
trip up.
you see Bayani just stumble forward a little bit, stop, and then he's just going to turn around slowly to look at the minion.
Mhm.
And basically start staring him down.
He feels really, really small in his boots. But now that Manowar is more or less unhindered by Fitz not being where he is, he's going to use his ability called Hail of Bullets. And he will use it to attack and hinder Archer. Oh, no worries, Jim. It is not a problem at all. Oops, there was one card that just flashed.
That was a
but
-2.
Yeah,
A hinder.
I just need to wait for it to load. But there is already a -2, and then that's an extra 2 hero points. I'll see when it arrives. Come on, refresh. Ah, there we go. It's Don't You Dare. Oh, don't you dare. Hinder an enemy by an additional -2. Who played Cody? I'm gonna need to know who you are. Who are you hindering? You've got 2 hinders. Let me know in chat, Minion or Manowar. But still, going back to our friend Manowar. He rolls a 9. Which means, Archer, you take 9 damage.
All right.
1 apiece.
Hang on,
All right.
quick question. Was Archer in yellow?
She is
before the
now.
attack? What about before the attack?
No.
Okay, she was in green before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not 9, it'll be 7.
Okay.
Because Cody decided to hinder everyone. However, this is also a hindering attack at 7, which means you now have a -2 Archer.
Okay.
As you have to take cover from, like, the hail of bullets. Manowar is just unloading his pistols in your direction.
Now I have an ability that triggers when I'm in the yellow, but this has taken me into yellow. Can I use my yellow ability? Reaction?
You need to already be in yellow to use it.
Okay, cool. No worries.
Heroes, you're up.
Are we still in green?
Oh, the scene moves to the first green. Yes, you're still in green.
Okay. Well, Anaya has stranded herself very far from everybody else, making her mostly useless. Can she...
Ooh, everyone on the team heals 2 HP.
Ooh, thank you. Lovely chat. Alright. Can she, from where she is, I'm assuming they're shooting at her out there, she's close enough to kind of see what she would like to do, because she is so far away from everybody right now, is to try to galvanize them again, which is give them a boost.
Mm-hmm.
And what she would like to do is kind of shout out, like, weaknesses she sees in Manowar's armor or the minion's armor or something like that, and, like, kind of, you know, move around the container to see where she can get the best look, whether it's coming out and, like, hanging on the ladder again. Yeah.
Or even from the cabin you're in at the top of the crane. And guess what? You have a speaker, a handheld speaker that, like, someone left lying about.
Oh, yes. So you hear Anaya's voice boom out saying,
Jesus Christ.
The left armpit. Go for the left armpit. And I'm gonna roll galvanize.
All right.
So that is.
How can she even see the armpit from there?
You know, she's not a quick shot, but like I'm pretty sure she's getting her residency in some sort of surgery. So. Also, maybe there's like goggles up there.
Would make sense. I mean, it's a tower crane. You have to see, things around you, like a few hundred feet down. Yeah, well, binoculars in the cabin, of course.
So your mid die is a 4, which means that everyone gets a +2.
To all attack and overcome actions.
Good, because there is an overcome that was played in chat. Fitz, you drop on the ground. You, put Godless Lawyer, like, safe on the ground. And the moment you do so, a beam dislodges itself and falls. That's an overcome 1 challenge of chat in danger.
Oh my god. I have.
So oddly enough, I know it's weird, but the beam will not hit anyone until we get, to red. Like, if you don't do anything about it for the entire combat, yes, it'll fall on them.
Okay, so I can see that there is a beam ready to fall in it.
Yeah.
I know that it is somehow targeting Godless Lawyer.
Yeah.
Until I overcome the issue. Yay. Could I call that a technological challenge? It's my only green overcome. I mean,
could. How would you explain that?
Well, how would I explain?
I mean, you don't have to use Principle of the Gearhead. So you can just use a regular overcome action. I'll be right back, 2 seconds, while you think about it.
I mean, I can... Ooh, actually, I could use Principle of the Gearhead.
Yeah, well, I think with overcome...
Use it to fix the gun really quickly.
That's... Yeah, I was about to say Mr. B might be pissed at me for, unwinding his gun, the hard way, but at least I would have, the cable I need to secure the beam. So all I have to do is teleport up there. Principle of the Gearhead to, use the grappling gun in some way, secure it, and therefore continue saving Godless Lawyer.
But because I think what you can also do, just as an overcome, is combine the 2 dice and the green dice again, and just use that to roll for overcome. You don't have to use an ability for it.
No, I could just the teleport alone with creativity. Could. But yeah, given that I still have the gun in my hand, I could just, if I really want to use my Principle of the Gearhead, which would let me use my max die, I could teleport, use my creativity. I can't think of any of the others that would be practical, and therefore, repair the fallen beam.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And if you succeed, everyone gets a hero point. Now remember, with your hero points at the end of the issue, when we divide them and everything, you could just repair and improve with your hero points, and that could become an even better grappling hook.
Right. Okay. I'm dreading dice rolls tonight. I'm sorry, guys. Let's do this. Okay, so I use my max die.
And you had a +2 from the Galvanize from Anaya.
Yes.
So that's an 8. You completely succeed.
Yes. Okay.
No penalties, no twists, no nothing. The beam is safe. in Godless once more is safe. Bayani, what do you do? I think we have Bayani and Archer left, right?
Bayani was about to attack the minion, but saw that Manowar was unleashing his full clips on Archer, so he's going to feint at the minion, and then his image is just going to shimmer out of view for a second. And then you'll see him appear just above Manowar, and his form disappears into a phoenix shape as he does a diving kick onto Manowar. And he's going to do this using his ability Precise Strike, which is attack using fire. Ignore all penalties on this attack. Ignore any defend actions, and it cannot be affected by reactions.
He has not taken any defend action. He might have reactions, you don't know, but he won't be able to use them. Go ahead. And you said that was using... I'm sorry. Your
Attack using fire quality.
Yeah, fire, but it's also... Okay, it's just... He can't do anything about it. So the damage goes right through. That would be a 5. It becomes a 7 because of Galvanize. So you go for the armpit as told by Anaya. And he's at a D10 now, so he needs to roll 8, 9, or 10. Nope. You hit him right under the arm with your fire. Was it a kick or a punch?
It was a kick.
A kick. So, you know,
it was, yeah.
Kick to his underarm, sends him reeling down. He stops his hail of bullets, of course. And he's down to a D8 now.
Goodness gracious, armpits of fire.
Yep. Archer.
I'm going to try and... Do I still have my bonuses from sniper aim, even though I took detriment? Okay. I'm going to try another precise shot at Manowar.
Okay. Your precise shot... You ignore all penalties. So yeah, the -2 you got because of his hail of bullet doesn't count.
Sweet.
So you got the +2 because of Anaya, the +4 because of your aim. So whatever you roll, min number plus...
Oh.
That's going to be a 7.
Yikes.
But he has a D8 now. Nope, he's down to D6. That means he's suffering. You once you shoot him, like he was getting back up from Bayani's kick, and then went to draw another gun, maybe like from a shoulder holster in the back, and you just shot him in the hand, send the gun flying away. He curses and just rushes at Bayani. It is now their turn. Well, the minion, will keep firing at Archer. Because, I mean, you're right there.
That's with
2.
her minion.
Okay.
Oh, no, she has a -2. 0.
Oh, okay.
And Manowar also has a -2 to his check. Bayani is gonna try to kick you in the face. Nah, there's only one enemy left anyway. Thank you, Cody. So he has a -1 on that too. -3 total. Bayani, you take -2 damage as he strikes ineffectively at you.
Oh, I was kind of hoping I could use my reaction ability.
it still works, I think, because he still hits you.
So it's called misdirection, and it's basically when a nearby hero in yellow or red would take damage, defend against that damage by rolling your single fire die, and redirect any remaining damage to a nearby minion of your choice.
Oh, yeah, you could use your misdirection when Archer got attacked. Because it's a nearby hero, right? That needs to be in the yellow or...
Right.
It's someone else than you.
I mean,
Neither of us took damage.
Aren't I a nearby yet? That's true. I was just gonna say, like, yeah, aren't I a nearby hero as well?
The way I see it, normally they'll say yourself when it's really yourself.
Okay.
But you can still use it, actually, because while she took 0 damage, she would have taken damage. So misdirection still works.
Okay, but
then you would
I couldn't use it anyway,
redirect.
because I can only misdirect it. Yeah, I can only redirect it to another nearby minion, and there isn't another one.
Yeah, nearby in this case it would have counted, but it would still be 0 damage anyway. That's the problem.
None of y'all got hurt. Which is
Sucks.
Well, the trick is with misdirection, you can, like, if someone's in too deep, that's when you can come in and do stuff. But if you don't like it, remember, you'll be able to change it later.
Yeah, that's fine.
The scene moves. Last turn in green, y'all. After that, we go yellow. It is your turn, heroes.
Okay, do I have to worry anymore at all about Godless Lawyer, or
No.
are we leaving him be?
We're safe now.
That was more directed at the chat, but okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Godless Slayer may like the attention.
I don't know. I'm like, I'm gonna teleport away, and there's gonna be another card.
Immediately, he's
and
gonna
I'm
play
gonna
another
go
card.
right back. No, guys, I love you. Trust me. No problems. So, Fitz will definitely teleport back up to the bridge. I mean, the way I see it, he's under the bridge to some extent, so it's not like it's clear what's going on over top. So first and foremost, he has to get back up there. I don't know if he will, because I'd be tempted to say I need to roll to see if I succeed in teleporting close enough to Manowar or one of the minions to do any damage, because there's been movement that he's not aware of. You know what I mean?
Oh, it doesn't matter. You're a
Okay.
hero.
I'm a hero?
It's weird like that.
Okay. Or maybe just Anaya's, shouting over the loudspeaker has guided my imagination. I will teleport back up to the fight. Who is closer to the edge of the bridge, Minion or Manowar?
Manowar.
I will use close combat and I will attack Manowar.
All right.
Just basic attack, no special abilities.
So teleport close combat.
Yep.
That's a 3. He, when you appear, the moment you appear, he grabs you by the neck of your clothes and just like judo throws you down.
As he grabs me, Fitz will just go, "Uh-oh," as he gets thrown over.
That was your turn. Who else wants to go?
Bayani will go. You'll see him pause, stand up straight, like just lets his guard down and just looks down at the fallen fence door, and you just see him pause, at the impact, and then
It's okay,
he
Mr.
will
B.
grab. He will grab. He will grab Manowar around the waist and German suplex him.
You sure you're not mistaking one game for another?
The German suplex is eternal, Simon.
Then go right ahead. I figure this is a basic attack action. Ooh, he cannot. He can't, because he has a D6. So you suplex him to the ground. And when you do so, he falls down. You hear like a thud and a crunch. And he falls almost lifeless. And you notice he's not breathing. Actually, he's alive. But there's no breath. And then, little by little, you see his body sort of turn like pixelated. As little cubes of him just move out and disappear one by one. Until the body dissipates, leaving behind a single black cube, roughly this size. And that's going to be the end of issue number 1.
Grab that cube.
Yes, thank you.
He wants to know.
And I over the loudspeaker.
Yeah, that's why.
Grab that
Over
cube.
the loudspeaker.
Um,
Her other principal is principal of the lab. Okay. She needs to poke it.
So at the end of an issue, so at the end of a session, sometimes it's going to be 2 sessions, but in our case right now it's tonight. So at the end of tonight, we have to split hero points. Now the fun thing is y'all have 12 each.
13.
13 each. That is an awful lot. But remember, Manowar was smuggling away, forbidden, quote-unquote, technology. So, if some of these bonuses could be from, like, the stuff you take from Manowar. All of these are going to be, need to be split into bonuses, basically. That bonus can be, come from something material, can come from just, you having learned something. And these bonuses are, it's a special type of exclusive bonus that can never be mixed with anything else. So it can be used once and cannot be added to other bonuses. So for example, you could say, let's say you wanted to use it more than once, you could say, well, I'm going to split all of my 13 points into 13 plus 1s. And they're all going to be the same thing. So you could use that plus 1 13 times. Or you could say, I want to put them all together and have a giant plus 13 to one thing. Which, could be the case. Let's say you find like a special grenade in the military equipment. So I'm not going to ask you to do this live. I'm just telling that so that everyone knows what's going on with it. But at the start of our next episode, we're going to go over what you've decided to do with those 13 points.
Alrighty.
All right, and I'll give you offline the page and the book and everything. But that was issue number 1, Inception. Issue number 2 will be published next week at 8:30 on Thursday. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you so much for your generosity. I did not expect y'all to play that many cards. I hope you've enjoyed the sort of, you know, audience participation. And again, everything that you spent on the cards for the show is split only among those 4 players. So it goes to them, and it's to remunerate them for taking the time out of their busy schedule every week to come play superheroes with us. That said, I'll leave the mic up to the heroes. If you have anything you need to shout out, anywhere that you're going to be within the next week that you want people to know, now is the time. If you need to post link, you can do so in chat. And I would ask you, what was your favorite moment tonight?
Am I going first again?
Yeah, you're going first again.
That's fine. Hey everybody, I'm Pooja. You can find me at Pooja on Twitter and at Poojabarwalkie on Instagram. I realize my name is not in the overlay, but it's spelled Puja, so you can find me on Twitter under that handle. And before I'm here next Thursday with this awesome gang creating awesome comic books, you can find me next Tuesday on the Manapot Studios channel at 8 Eastern, playing the second in our Mass Effect game. We're playing a reskinned D&D 5e version. Someone's reskinned D&D 5e to fit the Mass Effect world, and it's a lot of fun and a lot of chaos. And so completely different yet equally chaotic vibes, I would say. So that's next Tuesday, and I'll be here Thursday after that. And as for my favorite moment of the game, I think it would have to be the slightly flirty vibes I got from Fitz and Godless Lawyer. I don't know. I'm just saying, had Fitz had to save Godless Lawyer one more time, I would have shipped it. But no, like that's just
so.
But I think I really enjoy Fitz and the respect he has for Mr. B. It's very sweet.
So does that mean we need like a special cover for this issue that's like a Harlequin novel, like cover with like Fitz holding Godless Lawyer with like his shirt open?
Oh my god, alternate fan art.
I'm pretty sure that there's going to be like a lemon or a fanfic out there of Fitzroy just brewing.
Fitz saving some lawyers.
Well, speaking of Fitzroy, Andrew, where can we find you?
So you can find me here. I don't really have much else going on. I do have a Twitter at Anderful1. I forget how I spelled it too. I think it's ANDERFL1, the number 1. Which I'm not a very active Twitter person, at least not at this moment. But you'll find me here on Thursdays, doing what we do, making amazing stories, having amazing fun. Chat, I absolutely loved your interaction, your presence, and your everything you did with us tonight was absolutely amazing. And I do have to admit, I think my favorite moment of the night was the first save of Godless Lawyer, where by virtue of my physique, Godless Lawyer survived. Yeah, that's definitely a very Fitzroy moment, for sure. Yeah, that's me.
Cool. Hannah, you're next.
All right. I am Hannah. You can find me on Twitter at Hanimation Art or on Facebook and Instagram at Hanimation Studios. And you can find me here on this channel Thursdays here doing Sentinels, Fridays 8:30 along with Anino doing Cyberpunk, and Saturdays along with Anino at 1 p.m. doing Scion. So here a lot. Simon, you must like me or something.
I don't know. It's like I enjoy playing with people, and I ask them
Weird.
to come back.
What a thought.
Yeah. And Bayani. I mean, Anino. Jesus.
It's fine. Um, hey, my name is Anino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino Gaming. Um, you pretty much heard my schedule. I do pop-up streams every now and then on my own channel. I think last played some new Pokemon Snap. I heard there's this game that people played a lot called Mass Effect is going to be re-released next week. I've never played it, but I will probably do a run through. Hey, don't judge me. I saw that, Hannah. How dare you?
I know, what a coincidence.
And you know, and then yeah, I'm starting to do some crafting on my channel as well, building custom keyboards and all that stuff.
They're really cool.
Tune in for that. Thank you. But follow me on Twitter. That's when you'll get updates on whatever it is that I'm doing. My favorite part of tonight was honestly all the screams for help from chat once they got thrust into that container. Really appreciated that.
And I am Simon at Wandering DM. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you so much for all the donations, all the follows. Thank you for the raid. I think we were raided once earlier by, what was it, Lords and Ladies of Fate. So thank you so much for that. As for me, you can find me tomorrow over here at 8:30 p.m. for some... That's not true. Tomorrow we're not playing Cyberpunk. In fact, we are on a 2-week break, maybe 1 week, maybe 2 week, as unfortunately I have real life stuff, and apparently all of my scheduling stuff always happens on Fridays, so I'm gonna have to check that out and sort this out, but I will be here at 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday for Scion. And then be back on Monday at 8:30 p.m. for Rime of the Frost Maiden. Then, Wednesday, next week, the premiere of Malifaux, our Weird West horror game. We created the characters last night. I have a bunch of cowboys, and I have a dainty little homesteader woman, a bookbinder by trade, and a fierce survivor who has a steampunk arm. So be sure to check that out. We're going to be unveiling sort of how the game works. It's all played with playing cards, like Castle Falkenstein that you saw here before. So it's gonna be amazing. And then next week, issue number 2 comes out. I'm gonna have to find a title for it. And that is it? Oh yes. So everyone mentioned like the video game they're gonna play. I've been sent an invitation to play Crowfall, which I don't know much about the game, but you can play a guinea pig paladin, so I might just do that. It's an MMO. I don't know what it is, but I got an email earlier, so I'm gonna check it out this weekend. I don't think I'm allowed to stream it. Cody, Cyberpunk normally is at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. You can catch all of our 4 seasons on YouTube at youtube.com/users/youtube.com/thewanderingdm, all in one word. And we have like, I don't know, like 60 episodes out. Nah, maybe 50. I don't know. It's been a time. And then that's mainly it for now. There might be some very cool announcements on my part next week, but I'm not allowed to talk about anything. So I will leave you with this epic intro video that has also all of the Twitter handles of all of our players, and we will see you next week. Ciao everyone, stay safe.